cooking with some gas. How is everybody? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Let me check my volume. Everything looks like it's okay. Good. Welcome to the Brotherhood of Male Witches. We do have a mascot with us tonight. This is Spooks. All right. So this is Mr. Spooks, one of my familiars. He really wants to play right now. But he's going to have to wait till I'm done and get off the table. So welcome to the Brotherhood of Male Witches, a completely new restructured format. And tonight you guys get the benefit of attending our first class. All right, my friends. I am Tobias Josephson. I am one of the creators of Brotherhood of Male Witches. There are 8 other administration members that help me run the group. We are roughly 13,000 people in size, all kinds of different paths and walks of life. So that being said, welcome to our brand new Intensity is Not Power Class 1. Okay? This is part of something new that we're doing here as far as Brotherhood of Male Witches, and we come from Facebook. So if you're new here, let me make sure the chats are on really quick before I forget again. Top chat, live chat, all messages are visible. There we go. All right, so feel free to comment, say hello, comment below. We have a bunch of intriguing questions to ask you guys. So welcome. This is the Brotherhood of Male Witches. Containment precedes power. If you're here live tonight, type in where you're watching from. I'd like to know who's tuning in, where you live, how far we're reaching you tonight. This is a structural educational framework. This is not therapy. This is not medical advice. One word. When you hear the word power, what comes to your mind? Comment below. Good morning, my friend. Interesting. Tonight we're trying to redefine that, and we're going to try to redefine that for the rest of the year. And other things just like it by using structured, responsible questions and research and discussions here. So when you hear the word power, what comes to your mind? I don't know. You'll have to figure that out, my friend. So when you hear the word power, what comes to mind? Interesting. With whatever you guys respond with below. All right. Tonight we're redefining that. When you feel overwhelmed, do you slow down or do you go faster and escalate? I'm going to describe something predictable. You feel stressed. You're in an uncertain environment. You ritualize. You feel relief. Be honest. And type "done it" down below if you've done something similar. I think we've all done that in our beginning paranormal or practicing careers. So, my friends, let's get into it a little more. Relief can feel like revelation, all right? And that's why for the past few weeks to a month, I've been getting up here talking about being more responsible and being more ethical and whatnot. And it's nothing like everyone thinks it's going to be. All right, we're just asking questions. We're just exploring this framework and whatnot. and we're trying to educate a little bit different perception. So pause can feel like revelation sometimes, but relief isn't necessary resolution. So right now, I want everyone to check their breathing. Comment below how you feel. Check in with us. See what you think so far. Let that sit. Stay with me. Is it shallow breath? Is it steady breath? Type it down below. You cannot answer that without becoming aware. All right. Now you can kind of see where we're going with our framework here. That awareness is self-containment. Did your breathing change just now? Yes or no? Right on. Thank you. What is this Ha E60? This is a very structured channel. So that awareness you're feeling whenever you felt like that, and we'll go back. Okay. When you hear the word power, what comes to mind? Tonight, we're trying to redefine that. When you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, do you slow down or do you escalate? Be honest. Okay. Did your breathing change just now? Yes or no? All right. Mine is the same. Still calm, still grounded, not escalated, not activated. Okay. So I'm going to talk about something called escalation loop teaching. Okay. This is the loop. We want to look closer on this channel at ritual, relief, reinforcement, and then we want to look at escalation. Relief feels like proof, but proof of what? What do you think relief proves to you? Answer below. Try to keep your answers basic. In male spaces, intensity is rewarded. Bigger, darker, more certain. That's not strength. Strength is restraint, containment. When stressed, do you move faster or do you move slower? Comment below. If waiting feels uncomfortable, and here's where we get to the meat of this, so stay with me. All right. Let's see what we got. And by the way, this is going into a manual after this, and we already have one for tomorrow night, and so on and so forth. So let's reread the question to keep you guys engaged, because everybody has the attention span of an ant sometimes. So when stressed, do you move faster or do you move slower? Welcome, David Hayter. Thank you for subscribing. God loves you and you do too. That's great. All right. This framework isn't for everybody. Okay. So do you move faster or do you move slower? Slower? So do I sometimes, because what I'm trying to do, like Alex, is reground myself, and Alex is one of the more advanced people you'll find in these rooms when he attends these lives. Right? And so you don't want to go faster, because when you go faster, you're making mistakes. I just wanted to point that out with that. That's all. It's not saying anyone's doing it wrong. We're trying to teach people how to slow down, right? Calm themselves, collect themselves, and then approach magic and investigation depending on which live you're tuning into. So that's, if it feels uncomfortable, that's called exposure. So we'll let that sink in for a second. Let's try 30 seconds of silence. All right. And so we will start right now. Okay. What did your mind try to do in that time? If you weren't me or you weren't Alex and you haven't done any of this before, what did your mind try to do if you participated along with us and actually timed 30 seconds? I'll tell you what mine did. Okay. So type one word down below. What did your mind try to do? This is what escalation tries to outrun in investigation and practicing. If somebody questions your practice, like somebody earlier in the comments did, do you feel calm or do you feel defensive? Type down below. Um, I felt calm because, this happens all the time. But if you haven't had practice and somebody's irritated you, all right, were you calm when it happened or were you irate and you got defensive? Whatever word you chose, calm, good, okay. So defense reveals your attachment. Don't attack, just observe, okay. um so let's inhale slowly and wait 5 seconds and exhale again, and then I have a question for you. So ready? Inhale 5 seconds, exhale 5 seconds, eyes open or close. Now, did the room shift for you just now? And if it did shift, type below yes. Containment is capacity. Yes. Okay. So let's do that again. Okay. In. You should immediately feel more like you're in control of yourself. Okay. So did the room shift? If it did for you, type yes. Containment is capacity. No escalation. No new ritual. 10 minutes of silence. That's going to be our homework if you feel the need to do that and you're a new hat or a new broom. Practice before tomorrow night 10 minutes of silence. And when you come back tomorrow night, comment below how that made you feel. If you found yourself speeding up or slowing down, if you found yourself getting aggressive or staying calm. Types of containment, if you're interested in this, okay? So, does slowing down feel powerful to you? Or does it feel really uncomfortable and you're not sure what to do with it when you slow down? If you're feeling uncomfortable, type one word down below on what type of uncomfortable feeling it made you feel. Just remember, though, Being uncomfortable isn't necessarily a weakness, it's growth. And that's what we're here for tonight. If you want structure, welcome to the Brotherhood of Male Witches, our new recourse setting. All right. We've been kind of floating around in the ocean, kind of not sure for a year or so now of what we were going to do with ourselves. We were hoping things would get better. Things have gotten worse. And so we have completely restructured. Okay. Going back to our teaching, our sharing, and our learning, and we're educating in respect, responsibility, and ethics. And if there's anything different in that group on Facebook when I get back in a couple days, all right, it is what it is. Okay. So containment precedes power. Containment proceeds power. Okay. So that was class number one. Okay. Trying to educate a little bit on the nuances and the different emotions and feelings you might get, especially if you're new to practicing or uh, new to path in general. All right. Sometimes your emotions might play tricks on you. You might think you're feeling something in a certain context, in a certain way, and maybe it's not. Okay? And that's not to call out anybody. It's not meant to create any debating. Okay? Like we said, this framework may not be for everybody, and that's okay. Okay? But this was class one, all right, and it focused on intensity isn't necessarily power if you're a practitioner. Now, with the classwork out of the way, let's play around with a little bit of tarot tonight for the Brotherhood of Male Witches. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional tarot reader, nor do I have the desire to be a professional tarot reader, and this is purely for entertainment purposes only. And while I'm grabbing a deck, I'm going to turn the camera's attention to one of our mascots, Baby Spooks, who's patiently waiting for Dad. There you go. So there is Mr. Spookadook. All right. He is a happy little guy for the most part. Loves people, likes meeting new people. Um, he's a very social cat, very open minded. He's a very loud little personality, and as you can tell, he is not extremely thrilled one bit right now that I put him on camera. All right. Come on. There we go. Welcome back, guys. All right. Once again, if you tuned in late, I'm Tobias Josephson, one of the main founders here at Brotherhood of Male Witches. Okay. Let's play around with the Deviant Moon Tarot deck today. Alex Floki, my friend, how have you been? In interim, how are things going for you? Chris, what did you get accomplished today, my friend? And while after I'm done shuffling, I'll scroll up at a couple of the comments, answer a couple of you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for engaging and answering if you did tonight. That is what we are going to be all about going forward, engaging with you right here in this room every night at 8 o'clock. Okay. I'm sorry, it will be 8 p.m. as of tomorrow, and I realized I started an hour early tonight, but nonetheless, sorry, Chris, tomorrow night and Alex, it will be 8 p.m. So that way, 8 a.m. every morning for the business, 8 p.m. here for the Brotherhood of Male Witches. Both, all right, are going to be have been restructured in this format where we are educating, we're showing responsibility, we're teaching the new investigators restraint, we're teaching the new path members in this group restraint and responsibility first. And so it's a win win for everybody. Aha! That might actually get you some attention, my friend. You gonna do that on your tick, or you do you have a channel here I don't know about? I get unrestricted the 22nd at midnight, I believe. They'll finally let me out of their Facebook cage. So I've got a lot done in this week, honestly. If you look at it from a different angle, you know, getting frustrated trying to build a business, it has turned out to be a blessing because in a week's time, I've completely restructured both groups. So I look at it as it was meant to focus my attention where it was needed most. Aha. Well, Alex, it took about, well, we started that other business in May and we just got this thing open last week. So it took that long to get 50 members without promoting it. So that's up to you. I offered to the Brotherhood earlier and told them that we are restructuring. I hope they would stand by me as far as lives and stuff. But as far as the Facebook presence goes, it's just going to be there. I'll be engaging and chatting with people in the group on Facebook only, sharing internally in Brotherhood of Male Witches going forward, and the same deal with paranormal witchcraft. Okay, I'm not playing the algorithm game. I'm not playing the I slipped and said something game anymore, or the multiple sharing excuses they used. Okay, this is my answer to duh. Right? And there's just no other way to call that app right now besides duh. Okay? So, my friends, let's read some tarot. The world has an infatuation right now with controlling each other. All right? We all have to bear witness to it. We all have to deal with it. We all have to live in this mess. The best thing we can do is lean on each other like we're doing right here, right now, tonight. Okay? So as far as all that other silliness we're trudging through, it'll go away eventually, my friends. Let's see what we got going on for tarot here tonight for the Brotherhood of Male Witches, my home group, where I found who I'm supposed to be. I found my path, but I found oh so much more than that when I fully embraced my practicing. Okay. So our energy of the read is the Knight of Cups, somebody who is offering us something tonight, a very big deal perhaps, something that could be changing, right? Let's see what this Knight of Cups energy has to say, my friends. Thank you for the comments. Where did that go? Oh, it doesn't have it. Oh, that's always lovely when that happens. All right, so I was going to pull the deck, but unless I've lost it. No, I did not lose it. All right, so the Knight of Cups is your read. I thought this thing had a guidebook. It does not. And so, Knight of Cups is standing as somebody who has something to offer that is substantial, something to offer that is worth it, something to offer that has some work put into it. Okay? Which is obvious because that's what we're talking about here tonight. We are showing up tonight, all right, as the Emperor on top of that. So, good read all around. Just for a shameless plug, we do have a storefront in the morning. We'll talk more about that. So we start off the read with the Ace of Pentacles energy. We're beginning a brand new cycle with this fire horse energy that has blazed a brand new trail for the rest of us this year. Last year was the year of the snake, getting rid of things that no longer served us, and then some. Okay, and now we come into the Two of Wands energy in this read, making important choices, all right, and making sure you're making the right one, all right. This person has two choices to make, obviously, with two of wands energy. This could be somebody who is juggling some communications. This could be somebody who's juggling two different things, two different people, two different entities. Okay. It could also talk about making an important life decision. So it may not also be necessarily tied to something you're working on physically. It could be an internal choice. The King of Pentacles energy shows up in the middle. This is somebody who is gaining more knowledge, somebody who has spent a lot of time working on their pentacles, somebody who's spent a lot of time in the Eight of Pentacles energy. Okay, so possibly what we're looking at with the first energy of this read is somebody who's showing up as the knight and somebody who is working towards kingship and then some. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. We have the Four of Wands energy showing up. There's collaboration, there's merriment, there's excitement. This is a celebration of something, a momentary moment of happiness overall, and it involves more than one person, place, or thing. This could be a birthday party you might be attending, or this could be talking about something that's showing up in this read. We end the read with the Fool energy, and I will add the Devil energy behind it. Okay? It's great to see people that are getting inspired. It's great to see people that want to stand up and learn things. All right? But this card should remind us to be cautious and remind us to do our due diligence in re educating ourselves, if that's what we're doing here, if that's what I'm reading. Somebody who's on a mission, on a path, has a plan, all right, has been working at something, or is about to do all this, all right, and this is where you're at as you're ready to begin, all right. So I'm going to caution on the end of this and go, what a great read, but I'm going to caution and let everyone in the audience know that remember your temptation, all right. Use your intuition and choose between your temptation, the devil energy on your shoulder, and the angel energy on your shoulder. Okay? So go out there with that fervor, with that excitement, all right? And with that passion in your heart and soul. But be careful on your journey, okay? There might be obstacles in your path that you don't see coming. There might be people that try to follow in your footsteps and whatnot, okay? So that being said, guys, I think we are going to cut this a little shorter than we have. All right, this is only our fourth or fifth live stream here on YouTube, and we are still very much learning its etiquette, its language, and how we properly do things to properly be welcomed. All right, so we can be a productive and welcomed part of the YouTube partner affiliation program going forward. So, that being said, Brotherhood of Male Witches, I am Tobias Josephson. Let's stop and take some commentary if I can. Let's see all the top chat and see if they will let me. They will. Let's start at the top and see what we got. Hello, Vicky Workman 9211. How are you? Thank you for subscribing. I love God too. Thank you. And then we have, all right, Alex was on here doing a live later. If you do, I'll catch you, my friend. If I catch it, all right, meaning if you share it with me, I'll jump in and watch with you. Let's see what the live chat is. What's up, Richard Williams? How are you? Where is Richard Williams? He's in the crowd somewhere. Awesome, Richard Williams. I'm glad little one is doing well. And Alex was saying something I just missed. Might do it on here if I get subscribers. Gotcha. Oh, this is a future thing you're thinking about, Alex. And Alex is a brother. He has his own guild, okay? He does have his own apprentices, all right? But he is also an affiliate with our business, Paranormal Witchcraft LLC, okay? So that means he's getting himself set up and stuff over there so Alex Floki can do what he needs to do. as far as his business needs go. And that's kind of what we're doing over there at Paranormal Witchcraft is we are, again, a team, right? But this is brotherhood, strictly brotherhood. So after this first live, you will not hear the PW words in the lives ever again. It'll be strictly morning only content, morning only conversation. And if it slips up in here during night lives, that's okay. But we want to make sure that we're keeping ourselves consistent after this live completely. Okay, that's the game plan. Get ourselves off the social media platforms. Get ourselves a little more reined in, and get ourselves back on track. All right. Thank you to everybody who supported us. Everybody, including Richard, Chris, Alex, new subscriber, Vicky. Welcome, my love. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for sharing your opinion. It is welcomed. Okay. Everybody is welcome on this channel. As long as you can be respectful, we would love to have you. Have yourselves a beautiful, blessed evening, and as we say on my side of the fence, merry meet. Blessed be means hi, how the hell are ya? Go off and be merry on your merry way, all right? And spread the positivity is what that means. It is not a condescending term. It's not meant to make anybody feel uncomfortable. It's nothing but love and light, just in a different kind of way, okay? So, merry meet, blessed be. This is the 8 p.m. framework structured going forward for the rest of the year. And thank you for being part and being witness to that right here on youtube.com. And thank you to youtube.com for allowing us to be here and become a partner. I am truly humbled, truly grateful, and my heart is overflowing with love tonight. Blessings and blessed be. Tobias out.